Alright, y'all, so before I share the video with you all, I just finished recording it and I realized I didn't really introduce Trevor. So if you don't know who Trevor is, he used to work for Riot. He worked on League of Legends, one of the League of Legends games. And yeah, he comes from League of Legends and he now works for Veve. So this is who Trevor is. Also, he said that he would be more than happy to have an interview as long as we ask basically questions related to like the content creation and things like that. So stuff that is actually his job, stuff that he would know and be able to speak about. So if you have any content related questions and things like that, make sure you comment that down below so we can have an interview with Trevor and talk to him a little bit more about some of that stuff. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video, man. And in this one, this is the moment that you all have been waiting for. We actually talked to Trevor a little bit about what was going on. And yeah, I'm going to be showing you all the DMs. We're going to be looking through the DMs and seeing what Trevor had to say about some of this stuff. And yeah, just some of the things that's going on. Now, what you all need to understand going into it as well is that one thing that people don't consider, which Trevor does point out, is that they can't let their competitors know what's going on because their competitors is very much behind. They give us a lot of information, but we're not the only ones watching. Their competitors are watching as well. And obviously, they don't want to continue giving their competitors ideas because, as you can see, Quidd is watching. Quidd is sending shots. And I mean, when you at the bottom, you got to do whatever you can do. Like, listen, even the guy who founded Quidd, like, he left Quidd. So, like, and people think that that's going to be a challenge or a competition for Veve. Even the guy who founded it knows that that's not going to be a challenge for Veve. But we're going to be going into it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Before we jump into it, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on notifications so you stay updated with everything going on. And yeah, let's get it. So, welcome to the DMs. Where it go down at. Alright, let's get it. He starts off. I showed him the video, this video here, where I showed him the video from Crypto Crayon, the homie. And I said this video has a lot of stuff that has a lot of people panicking and just want some insights into some of this. Like how easy it would be for a company who bought Quidd to just turn all those assets into NFTs and compete with Veve and stuff like this. Now, obviously, a lot of this stuff, as you know in my video, I already know the answers to a lot of the stuff that I ask him. I simply want it from him because it brings more credibility, obviously coming from someone who works at Veve and who actually is in the space, as opposed to someone like me who just goes around doing my own due diligence and learning this stuff as I go. So this is all stuff that I learned. This is stuff that he lives and he's like, you know, like he's there. He's feet on the ground making it happen. So yeah, let's get into it. He says AR isn't special or differentiated. It's just a technology that pretty much anyone could implement. Pokemon Go made it mainstream 5 years ago. The way to win the market is to offer the best product and platform, which is what we are focused on doing. Now, this is a very good point that he made. Pokemon Go made augmented reality mainstream 5 years ago. There was a lot of projects after Pokemon Go, and that's true. Like, people think that people are thinking that just because something's augmented reality is going to go crazy. Not much augmented reality has gone crazy since Pokemon Go. Like, Pokemon Go was the beginning and the end of that augmented reality phase, as far as I know. And that's the thing. Like, if you haven't heard about it, the majority of people haven't heard about it. It's not nothing too big. Obviously, Crypto Crayon, I know that he's a fan of augmented reality, so he plays on a lot of the augmented reality apps. Me, like most people, I didn't know a lot of this augmented reality stuff even existed. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm still still recovering, man. So yeah, I mean, bear with me. Your boy ain't gonna be able to talk as smooth as usual, but yeah. Then I talk fast too. I might have to just try to slow it down just to be calm and stuff. But anyway, he also said the way to win the market is to offer the best product and platform. And a lot of people always talk about how they don't focus on the token holders. They focus only on the NFTs and stuff like that. They only focusing on the product. Like, it's honestly stupid that people are investing in a company and think this way. Because you're investing your money in a company, meaning you believe in this company. You want them to take your money and do the best decisions that they can make with it so your money can go up and increase in value. Yet the thing that's going to increase your money and make it valuable, you don't want them to do that. You want them to placate you and make you happy and make you feel good. Like, that's a stupid mindset to have as an investor. If you're going to invest your money in something, this is why I say it's important to invest in people, because you can give them your money, shut up, and know that they're going to make that money make more money. What did they do with their own money? All of them are very successful in their respective fields and have been for the last 2 decades. So I trust them with my money because they have proven over 20 years that they know what to do with their own money. So, yeah. And that's just how you have to look at it. But then he said, and people are panicking because they don't know what's coming because we haven't been able to announce anything thanks to our license or agreements. As you all know, licensing, especially when it comes to the blockchain, isn't easy. You want to know how somebody can announce 350 licenses when it comes down to stickers? Because they're stickers. It's not announcing something big with the blockchain. With Bitcoin, some new Bitcoin scandal happening every freaking week, damn near, it looks like. Something happened with Bitcoin monthly, damn near. So, with this new Bitcoin and China thing going on right now, you think that people are happy to be announcing that their stuff is going on a blockchain right now? Especially these brands who don't realize this is still the future. Like, they're just now getting warmed up to the idea that, okay, this could be the future. Then another scandal hits them. It's like, even though they see the potential, it's scary. So for these people who don't understand it, you have to think in that way. Like, if you're like new school and stuff like that, you're like me. We know that it's the future. We get it. We understand it. But you got to think from the perspective of an old head. Like, you trying to tell somebody to stop using the CD player, and you get them the iPod, give them the iPhone. Like, that transition, nah. Like, even like, come on now. So it's like, I get it. The licensors, it's just a complicated thing. Then he said, there were always going to be competitors. Other companies chasing our lead means we're doing something right. Okay, he had to hit us with a quick flex right there. Other companies chasing that lead mean they doing something right, on my mama. I said, I think the thing most concerning is any license you all could probably announce, Quidd already had years ago, and it still managed to flop. So with this, and that's the thing that was very, that's the thing that I had to think over myself a little bit more. Because it wasn't the fact that I thought Quidd was going to be some competition, because I knew straight off bat Quidd was just irrelevant. But the thing is, you can have 350 licenses and still flop. Like, that's scary, because that means you can have the most powerful brands in the world and you still manage to fail. Then I had to remember, Al Khan was able to make just one brand work. Like, he was able to make Pokemon work. Then he was able to do it with Hello Kitty. Then he was able to do it with Yu-Gi-Oh! Then he was able to do it with Ninja Turtles. Then he was able to do it with Cabbage Patch Kids. Then, and it just keeps going. So, that's when I had to stop worrying, because he knows what to do with one brand. He knows what to do with... He knows what to do with multiple brands. So, obviously, he knows what to do with all the brands that they have, as well as David Yu. So, we have a different team than they have. We have a different team. And yeah, I have another upcoming video as well, and I'm going to really break down some of my ideas in that one. But yeah, so with this new company coming in, taking over, and making them NFTs, people aren't sure what Veve's secret sauce is. I noticed things like Quidd doesn't sell out, Veve sells out in minutes. So there's definitely a clear difference, but it is enough to keep. But is it enough to keep hold of the top spot? He said, seems like Quidd was just too early to the market, which is true. And that goes to show you again. He said it looks like Quidd was too early to the market. Look at Veve's timing. They prepared, they held this thing back. They spent years holding this and preparing for this moment. Then when NFTs start blowing up, they like, okay, it's go time. They was ready. Like, they just flipped the switch, and like that, they were live. They were live, started releasing, and that goes to show you. That really goes to show you that timing is everything, and they were calculated. They knew that this time would come, and then once it finally came, they were predicting this time coming, and they waited patiently. You know how many? Like, imagine waiting years to do what they did. They was getting licenses. They had dope licenses. They was excited. I know they wanted to drop something, but it wasn't the time. They waited for the right time. They came, they dropped, and look at what's happening. So, yeah, timing is everything, and that's what Veve has as well. Their decisions are insane. So he said, "My hope is that our differentiation is quality bar and accessibility. We're investing in the highest quality NFTs that the market has ever seen, and we are trying to make getting into digital collectibles as easy and accessible as possible." So basically quality. Quality is going to be their secret sauce. Quality and also the fact that they're making Disneyland. Like, so this is obviously me adding on, but they're going to be making Disneyland as opposed to just like Chuck E. Cheese. It's like, okay, you got Chuck E. Cheese. It's cool. It's fun for a little bit. But then at the end of the day, after the pizza gone, like the entertainment is tired. They don't want to dance no more. It's time to send the kids home. But when it comes to Disneyland, now you trying to go right back tomorrow. Like, you trying to go right back. You don't want to really leave. It never really dies. It's like, the ride's closed. Like, it's different. It's a whole different feeling. It's a different experience. So, I mean, it's a different thing, man. Then I sent him a few of you all's messages. See what he had to say. I'm not sure if there's an answer, but there's a ton of questions and companies that Bart Quick is supposed to be a famous, and the company that bought, Quidd. I meant Quidd. I was like, what the hell was I typing right here? The company that bought Quidd is supposed to be a famous NFT billion-dollar company. And that's when I had to think about, I was like, okay, they got some good points. And I had to think about who Al Khan was, because I had him fucked up for a minute. But yeah, he said, we signed the PR firm 2-ish weeks ago. They've barely had a sprint's worth of time to work with us. This stuff takes time to do. So, as you can see, people were wondering about, like, one of the things in this message here was, I was under the impression he had signed a big public relations company, yet we ain't advertised anywhere. And that's the thing. He said it takes time. One, it takes time. And also, it's not the time to be advertising. That's also what I wanted to touch on. It's not the time to be advertising at all. Because do you want to see Veve everywhere? Because let me tell you what'll happen. If they start advertising, Veve just blows up and you see it everywhere. What's going to happen is you're going to be super happy. You're going to be seeing it over on TV. You're going to be seeing it in the Super Bowl commercials and stuff like that. You're going to be seeing it everywhere. It's going to blow up. The hype is going to be insane. And anytime somebody tries to use the app, it's actually going to just crash and burn. And then it's going to get boring after a while. Like, after a while, it's going to get boring because the Veveverse is not available. There's nothing outside of just buying collectibles. This is why Veve is going to win. They have a full plan and they're patient. Because right now, you're super excited in the project. You want it to just be where it's going to be. But that's not the best thing for Veve for it to be where it's going to be. We need the Veveverse. We need for the people who are using this project not to get bored with it. And let's be honest, children's attention span, like, they're going to get bored right now. They're going to get bored. Like, yeah, on drop day, it's a little bit more exciting, something new. But then after you done played with that or took a few pictures with it, did a few crazy poses, made a few dances, memes and stuff. Now, the videos is going to do wonders for it because you can make all different types of videos every day. I think that could be, like, that could be game changing. Like people sleeping on how big the video section could be, because the second you start having somebody come out creating like movies, full ass movies with these NFTs and stuff, like with using the video editing features that Veve is going to be releasing, it's going to be insane. That's going to start a whole new thing. That's going to have a whole new side to this community. So that by itself could really boost things and could make it so it's fun. But the Veveverse and things like that, we need those things to keep the interest there. So people just want this to blow up quick and start getting it marketed and advertised and stuff like that. Right now, it's like, it's stupid to market and advertise it right now. People are basically saying, yo, lose me my money. Or market it and advertise it before it's ready, just so I don't keep looking at the price go down. So then it rises, and then it does not last for the 10-year span because you wanted everything now. So, yeah. He said, we're aware of the questions, but there's a lot of reasons why we can't say what we're doing, including And here's a fun one no one seems to consider: not telling our competitors what we're doing. So, yeah, as you know, Veve is being watched. As you see, Quidd is out here throwing shots at them, and Quidd is out here basically throwing shots and talking about how, oh, our NFTs will be actual NFTs and stuff like that. And you know who that's targeted at. Yet they're like not really relevant at all. They already done fucked up their own project. And then, like, let's say it's a new company who bought it out now. But they're so far behind. It's like all they can really do is use the licenses that they have. Because what that company is not telling you, what Quidd is not telling you, is that they have 350 licenses right now. But all 350 of those licenses will not agree to have NFTs. All 350 of those licenses will not agree to it. And some of them might be in exclusive deals with Veve already. So, if anything, they might be able to squeeze a NFT sticker out of the deal, but how valuable is that going to be? So, yeah, Quidd overhypes and overpromises and trying to compete with a company that's been at this for the last 4 years. Like, come on now. You're trying to compete with, like they're talking as if they're superior or something, simply off the licenses. That's why they have to oversell their licenses and over-leverage their licenses. You see one company has to throw all their licenses in your face. Another company can hide the majority of their licenses. The other company can hide all their licenses and still be more relevant. That's the difference. It's a difference in strategy. It's a difference in thinking. And this is why I believe in Veve. This company has to show their entire hand just for us to be talking about them right now. Veve is showing one finger, and it's blowing up. So, yeah. Also, those Quidd collectibles. Hold on, let's not let. Oh, it's not. He said JK. We don't talk about that. I said, yeah, I definitely understand. I think realistically, the only concern anyone truly has outside of the impatient people not understanding it's a process is Veve's plans and head start so good. One of the biggest billion-dollar NFT brands in the world still not able to catch up even after buying out Quidd. From my understanding, it shouldn't be that easy. I don't know all the details. From what I understand, even down to licensing stickers versus having permission to make it an NFT, all of that would have to come with new agreements, and some of their current licensors may not want to allow them to. Then they said, but the concern also, I think, is the fact that the parent company that bought them already has NFT licenses with over 350 brands, including Marvel, Disney, etc. So they may be able to go right past the license headaches. So, and I think that's one of the biggest concerns a lot of people have. Obviously, I know that it doesn't work like that, but that's one of the concerns people have. They like, oh, they already have these licenses. That means that they're already close to Veve. He said, that's not how that works at all, which is probably the first misconception. I'm not on the licensing team, and I'm not going to reveal the process for licensing brands for NFTs, but rest assured, it's way harder and way slower than people can imagine. So, yeah. And when they say that licensing is slow, it's very, very slow. So renegotiating like 10 of these licenses could probably take a year. It could probably take a year to get 10 licenses, especially when it comes down to the blockchain type stuff and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not as easy as people think. That's why it takes time for us. We're ahead of the market. It'll take more time for anyone else. See? So he says that's why it takes time for us. We're ahead of the market. It'll take more time for anyone else. So Veve, he confirms that Veve is still ahead. And yeah. So here's the last part. Here's a really spicy take to wrap this up. My job is to deliver value by developing more higher quality collectibles around some of the biggest brands and IPs in the world, and delivering them in an immersive, high quality, continuously improving world. Confirming the biases and comforting the sad feels of short-sighted crypto bulls and internet trolls is not delivering real value. You know what he just said? Do you know what he just said to you? He said he can make you money or he can make you feel good. He can't do both. Which one do you want? Shut up, sit down, and get rich with us. He ended it like that. He just dropped the mic too. Yeah. So this is what Trevor said. I had to put my little veil spin on that, like make that sound like that's what he was thinking. Like he had to say it a little bit nicer, but that's what he said. That's what we ended off at. So yeah, there we have it. That was my conversation with Trevor. As you can see, he gave us a lot of information, gave us a lot of details. I mean, he revealed what he could. He definitely revealed what he could. Basically, everything is already public. This information is stuff that we already knew for the most part. And I think that he basically is just reassuring everyone that, he's reassuring everyone that this, like, VV is ahead. Like, this is what we all know. So yeah, shout out to Trevor, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, so let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace out, y'all.